Good morning, my dear students of class 6, and I am happy to welcome you all to today's zoology class. So what are we studying in our previous classes? We are studying about cells, right? So in our previous class you have studied about the structure of microscope all, and in today's class you are going to learn about the size, shape and number of cells. So what are we going to learn in our today's class? About the size of the cells, shape of the cells and the number of the cells. Clear? So let's get started. So we'll start with the size of the cells. How do you measure the size? Suppose there is a line. How will you measure a line? You will take your scale, the ruler, and then you will measure how many centimeters it is you use to measure. No? This scale or ruler generally you use, it is in which unit? It is in centimeter scale, no? Usually the small size scale what you use, no? It is approximately 15 centimeters, right? The scale you used. In the centimeter scale, if this is 1 centimeter, how much 1 centimeter has? It has 10 millimeters, right? So you know about millimeters and centimeters. But how about cells? The cells you cannot even see with your eyes, right? Can you see cells? Most of the cells we cannot see with the eyes because it is very small in size. Then how do you see? You see with the help of microscope only, no? So what is the unit which is used to measure the cells? When you measure a line, you give a unit as centimeter or millimeter, right? If it is going to be very small, you suppose if it is only of this size, you call it as 0.5 centimeter or 5 millimeters. So which is a millimeter? The small line is called millimeter. Now you have 10 small lines and each one is called 1 millimeter. But why I am talking about these measurements all? The cells are measured by a unit called micrometers. Can you see this symbol? This is how you need to write micrometers. So what is this micrometer? This micrometer is actually 1/1000 of a millimeter. How much is 1 millimeter? Between these two small lines you have some distance, no? This is only called as 1 millimeter. So micrometer is 1/1000 of a millimeter. In this, if you are going to divide this division into 1000 parts, that one part will be the size of a micrometer, which means that small the size of the cells are. That's why you cannot see the cells with your naked eye. So what have you learned? The cells are measured by a unit called as micrometer. So learn this word micrometer. This is new to you, right? So how much is 1 micrometer? 1 micrometer is equal to 1 micrometer is equal to 1/1000 of millimeter. This also you need to memorize. Then there are 3 examples given in your text. Examples of size, because the topic is cell size, no? The size of 3 organisms are given in your textbook. The first one is bacteria. So what is the size, average size of bacteria? Each bacteria may differ in size, no? So they give only an average value, a lower limit they give and an upper limit they give. Say for example, for bacteria they have given the size as 0.2 to 5 micrometer, which means the smallest bacteria can be as small as 0.2 as well as the biggest bacteria can be even 5 micrometers. So in between these two ranges only, it may be 0.3 or 0.4 or 1, like that. In between these ranges only the size of the bacteria falls. Clear? So this is the bacteria, right? The average size of bacteria is between 0.5 to 5 micrometer. And then the nerve cells, this is the nerve cell. Where can you find nerve cell? Can you see this structure? This is called the nerve cell. Where can you find nerve cells? The nervous system in your body is made up of nerve cells. So where can you find nerve cells? The nervous system in your body is made up of cells, and those cells are only called as nerve cells. It also has another name called as neurons. What are nerve cells called as? They are called as neurons. Clear? So the size of a nerve cell or neuron is 1 meter. 1 meter, this you can see with your eyes because the size is 1 meter. 1 meter is 100 centimeters, no? So it is quite a big cell. Which one? Nerve cell is a big cell. And which is the biggest cell known? The biggest or largest cell is the ostrich egg. See here, this is the egg of a ostrich, and the size is 15 into 3, that is 15 length and 3 width. 15 into 3 means the length is 15 and the width is 3, okay, 3 centimeters. It is that much big. It is the largest cell ever known. This full egg, no, it is actually one cell. That's why ostrich egg is the largest cell known till now. Clear? So what have we studied about the size of the cells? They are measured in micrometers. It is 1/100th part of a millimeter, and the bacterial size is from 0.2 to 5 micrometer. Nerve cells are usually 1 meter long, and the largest cell is ostrich egg, which is 15 into 3 centimeters. So this is all about the size of the cells. Okay, next we learn about the cell number. How many cells are present in an organism? How many cells do you have? You are multicellular organism, which means your body is made up of many cells. Multi means many, right? So many organisms like bacteria all are unicellular, which is made up of only one cell or single celled organism. So the cell numbers are not the same in every organism. It varies from organisms to organisms. Based on the number of cells, organisms are divided into two called unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. What are unicellular organisms? Uni means one. What is uni? Uni is one, and multi means many. So organisms are divided into unicellular and multicellular organisms, where unicellular organisms will have only one cell, and these organisms will have many cells in your body. Are we unicellular or multicellular? We are multicellular. Human beings are multicellular because our body has many number of cells. Then what are the examples for unicellular organisms? 3 examples are given in your textbook: amoeba, chlamydomonas and yeast. Even bacteria are unicellular organisms only. So these names you have to learn. What names? Amoeba, chlamydomonas and yeast are unicellular organisms. Examples for multicellular organisms given in your textbook are Spirogyra, ferns, mango tree, human beings are the examples given in your textbook. Many organisms are there, just a few are quoted in your text. Next we learn about the differences between unicellular and multicellular organisms. So this table you have in your textbook. So this is unicellular organisms and this is multicellular organisms. Okay. So as I told you, unicellular organisms are made up of single cells. So unicellular organisms are single celled, which means they are made up of only one cell. In multicellular organisms, the body is made up of many cells. Since it is multi, it means many. It is made up of many cells in the case of multicellular organisms. In the case of unicellular organisms, they are microscopic. Why it is microscopic? I told you the size of the cells will be so small, and microscopic means it can be seen only through the microscope. What is the meaning of this word microscopic? It means the cells can be seen only under the microscope. It will not be visible when you see with your eyes without any zoom lenses. Okay, these multicellular organisms are macroscopic. Macro is the word opposite to micro, which means macro means large, micro means small. Macroscopic means these multicellular organisms are usually bigger in size, so they need not be necessarily seen under a microscope. Then the single cells perform all the functions. See, I told you one cell is the whole organism. The whole organism is itself made up of only one cell, so it is very simple in nature, but still all the activities like respiration, excretion and all the processes still happens in one cell. So the single cell performs all the life functions. Whatever functions necessary for its survival can be performed with that one cell itself to live. Whereas in this case, the life functions are brought about by a group of cells to form tissues, organs and organ systems. Say for example, in human beings you have many cells, no? So many cells together are called as tissues. A group of cells are called as tissues. Okay, so you cannot take one cell from your head and one cell from your leg and put together and call it as a tissue. Okay, these tissues should have same function. Only cells of the body having the same function can be grouped together. Say for example, all the cells of your nervous system can be called as nerve cells, and all the cells of your blood can be called as blood cells. And when these cells, nerve cells are grouped together, it is called as nervous tissue, because they all belong to the same system and have the same function. So those cells can be grouped to form tissues. It will be based on their functions only. Each group of tissue will have only one specific function. So many in a multicellular organism, there will be many cells, there will be many tissues, there will be organs. What is organ? A group of cells is called tissue, no? Similarly, a group of tissues are called by the word organs. How is the organ formed? Which are all the organs of your body? Your heart is the organ, right? Your eye is the organ. Your kidney is the organ. Liver is the organ. So these are all organs in your body. Organ systems means many organs together make organ system. Say for example, you have studied about digestive system, no? I will give example with that. This is organ system, no? In digestive system, you can call that the nose, the food pipe and your small intestine, large intestine, pancreas, liver, and all these organs can be put together to form an organ system called digestive system, right? So in a multicellular organism, there are many cells. Cells can be grouped to form tissues. Tissues can be grouped to form an organ. Every organ will be a group of tissues. Your eye will be group of tissues. Your lungs will be a group of tissues. So what is an organ? Organ is a group of tissues. It is like a chain this way. Group of cells give tissues. Group of tissues give organs. Group of organs give organ system. Clear? So in multicellular organisms only these are all present, whereas in unicellular there is only a single cell that itself will do all the functions needed for the life and survival of the unicellular organism. Then they have simple body organization and their lifespan is short. Simple body organization means they don't have any complicated structures in their body. They have maximum of like a vacuole, like a ball like structure, or small organelles only these unicellular organisms will have. This already we have studied. They have complicated organs and organ systems in multicellular organisms, and their lifespan is longer. When you compare unicellular and multicellular organisms, the lifespan means how many years they can live alive. So this lifespan will be very like for many years it will be, and for this maybe for some organisms, some bacteria all know, they live only for a very few days. So the lifespan of unicellular organisms is very less when compared to the lifespan of multicellular organisms. So what differences all we have studied? Unicellular organisms are made up of single cells, multicellular organisms are made up of many cells. They can be seen only with the microscope. These can be seen with the naked eye because they are macroscopic, which are bigger. One cell does all the function and have a simple body organization. There are complicated structures like cells, tissues, organs and organ systems, and the body structure is very much complicated, and the lifespan is very short. Here the lifespan is longer when compared to the microorganisms. So this is about the differences. So what we have studied, the size we have studied, and also the cell number also we have studied. What is left? Now we have to study about the shapes. There is one concept. The shape of the cells in your body matches with the function. See, certain cells have a different shape. Say for example, the nerve cell has this shape. Okay, other cells, generally how cells are like a small circle only. No, they are like a circle or a rectangular shape they have, but only certain cells in your body have unique shapes. Like this one is a nerve cell, which is different in shape. Now you have branch structures all, and it is very long also. So the concept is, if the shape of the cell in your body is going to be different, it will have a special function when compared to the other cells. There are some examples given in your text. The nerve cells are, this is the nerve cell I told you, no? What are nerve cells? The cells in your nervous system are called as nerve cells or neurons. These nerve cells are elongated. When compared to other cells, the shape is elongated, which means it is very long. And what is the advantage of this shape? Because it is long only, it can pass the electric signals or messages to all the parts of your body, from the brain even till your toe it will reach, because the size of the nerves is very long. So this is a special type of cell which is longer in structure. And what is the advantage of being long? It can carry the electric signals to reach all organs of your body. Clear? This is about the structure of nerve cells. And what is the special structure of skin cells? Skin cells are flat in structure when compared to all other cells. The structure of the skin cells are different. How it is different? It is flat in nature. What is the advantage of a flat cell? The advantage is it acts as a barrier to protect the germs from entering into your body. Clear? So what is a barrier? Barrier means something which will prevent. So the presence of flat cells in the skins will stop the germs from entering into the body. So two examples here we have studied here is the nerve cells. The nerve cells are elongated in structure because it is very long. It can carry the impulses or messages from the brain to all the organs of your body. Then the second example what we have studied is skin cells. Skin cells are flat, and because it is flat, it can act as a barrier to prevent the germs from entering into through your skin into your body. There are three more examples about the shape of the cells. The third example is Rbc cells. What is Rbc cells? Rbc cells means red blood cells. What is special about red blood cells? The shape of red blood cells is in the form of biconcave disc. What is concave? Concave means this shape. This shape is called concave shape. It will appear like a bowl-like structure. Can you see? It is like this. It is not like a straight flat surface. It is concave and it is called biconcave. What is bi? Bi means two. Both the sides are concave. If I flip this side, again at the back also there will be a hollow space. What is the advantage of the biconcave shape of the Rbc cells? Is there any advantage of this shape? Yes, there is greater surface area for the oxygen. Since it is a, suppose if you have a flat plate in your home, pour some water. At the same time, take the same size of a bowl and then pour water. Which will hold more water? The bowl will hold more water, right? Why? Because it has a concave shape which will give more area for the water to be held inside or poured inside, whereas the plate, since it is flat, it cannot hold more, no? So this biconcave shape of RBC cells gives greater surface area for the oxygen. Here you are not going to pour water inside the blood, but oxygen is carried in the blood, no? The blood carries oxygen, and because of this shape, more oxygen can be accommodated in the red blood cells. So this is the advantage. And also there is one more example. WBC cells are irregular in shape. It doesn't have a regular shape. What is the speciality of WBC cells? WBC cells can kill the germs. Suppose if some germs is entering into your body, the WBC cells only will kill the germs. Okay. So since it is irregular in shape, it can shrink itself and escape out of the blood capillaries. It can squeeze itself out of the blood capillaries and reach the area wherever the germs has entered into the body. Because of this irregular shape only, it can escape out of the blood cells or blood capillaries and then go to the place and attack the germs in that particular area. So irregular shape of WBC cells is also useful. Clear? And the final example given is muscles are spindle shaped. What is spindle shape? This is the shape of a spindle. Okay. So what is the advantage of your muscle cells being spindle in shape? The contractile property is because of the spindle shape. Contractile means it can contract, muscles contract, no? You can contract your muscles because of the shape which is spindle in shape, and this allows movement. Because it is of this shape only, you can move about also. Your muscles move, no? You have control to move your muscles. It is because of the presence of this spindle shape. So special shape of the cells have special functions. Clear? We have studied about what all we have studied here. We have studied about RBC, WBC and muscle cells. On the previous slide also we have studied two examples. So the difference in shape gives special functions to your body. That is what is meant in this context of your book. So for today's homework, you are going to read pages 39, 40 and 41. Read your daily lesson so that it will be very easy for you when you prepare for your exams, and you will remember lifelong when you read immediately after I finish my lessons. So keep reading, and this is for today's class, and until I meet you in next biology class, you all take care and bye bye.